need these right now. Oh. Actually, I'm gonna put these on the charger, and then we be Gucci. But what's up? Welcome to another Talk to Me Tuesday. It is your boy James, aka Dad the Rapper, aka Dad the Nobody, and today we are going to be talking about common occurrences to people, things that people have in common. Let me get back to where I was supposed to be at. Basically, what I wanted to talk about today was going to be things that people wish more people cared about. Things that people wish more people cared about. I'm just making sure I'm at the right spot. Cool. All right, so let's see. What's that?
Whoa.
Actually starting a little bit later than I wanted to start today. So excuse me for that. In the meantime, while waiting on some folks to join in here, I'm gonna review what I got right here on the screen. Heard. Most people instant to reply not to understand. That's good. That's good stuff. Social community. Okay. Older generation. Yeah. That's good. I remember that. Who we got there? Is that Xander? Xander, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing today? Hopefully everything's my son is wild, boy. Hopefully everything's going decent with you. Horse nut herd. Must be a new type of horse right there. Be normalized shaming women. What? Normalized shaming women. Heard. I hear you, man. I hear you. Sampo. Is it Samposha? Sampisha? No, there's not Sampisha. Samposha. What's going on with you? Samposha, what's going on? Who I missed over there? ASD Glaive, what's happening with you? Wait a minute. Who's that? Kiki, what's going on? Kiki, how you doing, Kiki? Say what's up, Kiki. Let me know how you doing. You ain't got a hat back there in the background. Talk to me. Let me know what's up. I hope you're doing okay today. No. Who else you missing? What are you doing, baby? Hold on. Let me see your face.
I want the husband.
You want who? I don't know what you're saying, but okay. Kiki, I'm still away. You let me know how you doing. Who we miss? I can't even know how to say. Hello to you. Saeed, what's going on? LEXZ? Tell me how to say your name, or give me a name to say. Salabila, what's going on with you? Appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out, spending the amount of time. So today, this is Talk to Me Tuesday. This is week 21, and today we're talking about things that people got in common. Common things amongst people that often get overlooked. And with no further ado, we're gonna get into the first one of those things. So if any of these things are relatable to you, if you want to comment on any of these, if you want to inquire with a question on any of these, to just dive a little deeper and talk a little bit more about it, then we could do that. These kind of broken down by category. I don't know if I'm gonna mention the categories really, but let's talk about the first one. So these are things that are common amongst people that usually don't go talked about. And the first one that I got here, not that these are in any numerical order, but the first one I got here is mental health, right? Many people silently battle anxiety, depression, or stress, and they wish more people would approach it with compassion rather than the stigma. Um, if I was just to comment on that quickly, and if you got anything to say, let me know. But if I was to comment on that quickly, I think that there are a lot of people who battle with a lot of stuff and are very alone in their battle with it. And nobody really says that they have anything like that. Why? Because it does carry a stigma. There's a lot of people who will just shame you or talk trash about you because, you know, you kind of seem like you don't got it together. And if we're being honest, none of us have it together. And it takes humility from any one of us to talk about what's going on and what's happening in our lives so that we can get the conversation going. Because folks don't like being alone out there, y'all. If we being honest, you being honest, people struggling, they dealing with stuff. And sometimes you just need to ask, how you doing? Saeed, everyone has that issue. Indeed, right? Now, people got it, but are they talking about it? To be honest, a lot of people have it together. James, you're so right. Everybody got it. A lot of people got it together, man. That's why the economy in the world is in the place that it's in, because everybody, nah, they don't, man. If you just go ask somebody, go ask 20 people, come back, and then tell me that the majority of those 20, which would be 11 out of those 20, said that they got it all together. And I promise you, you're never going to come back because that number is never going to show up, bro. Second one, loneliness. Even in a busy world, lots of people feel invisible or disconnected. A simple check-in can mean the world. If I can take this and pose this in the form of a question to you, when's the last time somebody seriously took the time to check in on you personally and ask you how you're really doing? I'm not talking about the casual, how you doing that everybody asks every single day. And everybody say, I'm good, I'm straight, so far so good, all that stuff. That's just talk that everybody say. That don't really mean a whole lot of nothing, right? The reality is people are lonely, man. Like, I was hearing something earlier, and I don't know if I can say certain words on TikTok, because sometimes like you be shutting stuff down if you say words. But it was hold on, let me see. It depends on the demographics. Break down those demographics though. If you're saying that, let me know elaborate on it a little bit. So I was listening to this podcast. It's by KB and this guy named Amin. It's called Southside Rabbi. Maybe you listen to it, maybe you haven't. But it was an episode on it that was talking about how the unaliving rates of men has gone up tremendously in recent times because of different anxieties and struggles that men are having. And they said it was some study that said that if you just found the cure to stopping men in unaliving themselves, it would offset the amount of lives that are lost due to cancer. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's a crazy statistic. I haven't looked into it thoroughly to see if it's true myself. Do you read One Piece? No, I don't read One Piece. I've watched a few episodes, but I don't read many mangas and stuff like that. Miss Purity joined, and what's going on, Miss Purity? And Yvonne, what's going on with you? Set 74. I didn't say anything to you, my bad, but I'm glad that you came through. If you're still here rocking around. Does not being financially stable make you a bad father? No. Finances are essential to living and taking care of yourself for anybody, right? But being a bad father or being a good father has to do with what are you providing your son in addition to anything finance that's going to be beneficial to them. Are you providing them with the truth? Are you teaching them about the word of God? Are you spending any quality time with them? How are you treating his mother? These are things that are going to attribute to you being a good father more so than just finances. I remember I heard once from, I think I was listening to Moody Radio, and they were talking about raising children and how kids would be happy living with you in a cardboard box. But we pursue things monetarily to give them and thinking that those things are the better things to give them outside of what they really need in relationship to us and from us. Uh, Yo, Hicks, what's going on? Appreciate it. Appreciate the likes. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us again here. Hopefully that answered your question, though, Muddy. So what's the most important thing that a man should know about being a father? Most important thing, that it's not easy. You know what I mean? Nobody's got it 100% figured out. So don't sell yourself short in comparison to the clips and the highlights that you see going around the internet. Because usually that's the first thing you do is you compare yourself to others to try to evaluate how you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of comparison. But as far as the important thing is you should know, it's like, bro, like, you're not going to do it perfect. Just like your parents didn't do it perfect. The goal and the objective should always be to do just a little bit better at the very least than your parents. You know what I mean? Like your parents was like this terrible or this good to you, then you want to be this good to your kids. You don't have to worry about being this good to your kids. You know, you're just trying to be a little bit better so that each generation can grow and get a little bit better than the last one. You know, hopefully that answers your question adequately. And if not, ask me and I'll try to give whatever additional insight that I can get to you, Muddy. But appreciate the question. It's a good one. Another thing that's common that gets overlooked a lot is listening deeply. Most people listen to reply, not to understand. Being heard fully is something we all crave. Appreciate the knowledge. Much love, brother. Hey, I appreciate you being humble enough to take the time to ask. You know, not everybody's bold enough to ask another person a question that they don't know about something that they genuinely want insight on. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're bold enough to ask says something about you and your character. So I have a bit of admiration for you, you know? So kudos to you, Muddy. And listening deeply is what we was talking about. Bro, most people not really taking the time to understand what people got going on in life. And you're right. It's right in saying that there's a lot of times you have conversations with folks and they be just trying to get out what they got to say. I'm guilty of that too. I'm not going to sit up here and hold y'all and make it seem like I have perfect conversations. I do not. I try to listen if I'm having a serious conversation with folks. Why are you hitting me, my son?
I'm hitting the daddy.
Why are you hitting the daddy?
Daddy.
Okay. All right. Be careful. I get back to some of these knuckle sounds. So yeah, I mean, that's something we could all improve on, but definitely we want somebody to hear us out because, bro, we human beings, we crave relationships. So let's listen a little bit better, y'all. If nothing else, let's do that. Everyday kindness. I read this one earlier and I thought this one was pretty cool. So holding the door, offering a smile, or being patient. These tiny acts often get overlooked, yet they lift people up. Okay, this wasn't the one that I thought it was, but still, this is a good one. Holding the door, offering a smile, being patient, and just saying that these things get overlooked, but they lift people up. I don't know, man. I love smiling. I'm not gonna front or hold it. Like I smile a lot about just nothing. You know what I mean? Just because happy to be alive. I'm happy to see things. I mean, there's times when I'm not smiling, sure, but like I don't know. I love smiling. I figure one day I'm gonna get old and I'm gonna have like a bunch of indentations. Like I already kind of got some coming in here from like smiling a lot, but holding the door for people, I often try to do that just because it's a kind gesture. You appreciate it when somebody do it for you too, you know? And being patient with people. I think You know what I think a good testament of patience is sometimes like when you're in traffic, right? And this is not me saying I do it perfect, but like I tend to let a lot of people go in front of me just because, like, I don't know, like I feel like it's just a kind gesture that you don't have to do, but if you do it, you kind of feel a little bit better. Every time you do something good for somebody else, you kind of feel a little bit better, get a little hit of dopamine or whatever you want to call it. Eli, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing today? If you want to let me know or chime in, do so in the comments. Let's move on. This is a different category. Things that are common amongst people that often get overlooked is elderly care. Caring for the elderly. Older generations often feel forgotten once they're no longer productive. Many just want time, conversation, and respect. Um, I feel like this one is kind of important because, bro, everybody's everybody's gonna get old. We all gonna get older, and even now, me being middle aged, middle of the road here, uh, even now, like I appreciate time spent. I appreciate some good conversation. I appreciate respect, right? But I feel like when you get old, like a lot of times you do get forgotten because you're not around anymore. You're not productive. So that's kind of like why you're not around. And bro, they just get forgotten about. Like you don't go visit. People don't go visit as often. So true. It feels good to pass on courtesy. Her, I think you're talking about being kind, right? Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Charlene? I think that's. It looked like what it spelled. Charlene. I think that's what you're talking about. If not, if I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, I know that there's a couple people that I was going to see, and there's one person I still gotta go see. That's in a elderly home situation, right? They both were there, brother and sister, and interestingly enough, this is a guy who used to help me and a friend of mine work on my cars and stuff like that, and he wound up in the elderly home. And I would tell my friend, hey, like we got to go visit him, we got to go see him or whatever, blah blah blah. So I went there the first time to make sure he was there. When I got there, he was there. He was cool. We talked a little bit. I brought him some chips or something that he was asking about because I guess they don't got really the best food up there. And he was okay. He wasn't looking the same as what I seen him previous times before he wound up there. I think he was there because he had some cancer and he had to do some surgery, and so he just wasn't able to do it on his own anymore. He needed some assistance, and I went there to go see him not long ago. Um, and he just seemed like he wasn't looking as well as he once was. And I just remember kind of thinking and feeling like, man, like if things don't improve for him, if he don't start moving around, he don't start getting more active, like it doesn't look like the outcome is going to be too healthy. And then probably about, I don't know, a couple weeks later, a few weeks later, me and my boy were just talking about going back. I was like, no, we got to go back up there. And I think it was like the next day they sent a message out letting everybody know that he had passed away. And I was like, dang, like because I know that a lot of people don't go visit older people when they get up when they get older and get in these type of situations. And this is not me saying I go visit a lot of people when they get older, right? But because that happened, I feel like we were probably the last people who really came and visited him because he was telling me like I guess his kids hadn't come up there yet or something like that. And I was just like, dang, that's messed up. Why is it saying message redacted? I don't know what you said, Charlene, because hold on. I don't know if I could change that setting or whatever it is. Maybe I had to do it before I get in here, but I mean, you could put whatever you want in there. Or you can message me. Cloverfield, what's going on with you? How you doing? Appreciate you coming through. Good to see you. Hope everything is well. I'm sure you'll let me know. Uh, but yeah, so and if you got any older people in your life that you love or care about or have any respect or you know, have any real relationship with, just talk to them every once in a while or call them and, you know, see how they doing, go visit them. Because, I mean, half the vigor and the desire to be alive is just other people. And if nobody else is around, like it's easy to lose your motivation for life and stuff like that. What was that? Saturo, whatever the rest of it is. Hey, nigga. Actually, you're supposed to put it in. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on with you, Saturo? Hope you have a good day today. So I have an update on the BF thing. Okay, I figured you was gonna come in with an update. So you know, drop the news to me. Let me know what's going on. Caleb, what you doing? Yeah, but what are you going to? YouTube? Okay. All right. My bad, y'all. You're a good guy. Hey man, I don't know if I'm a good guy, but you know, I try not to be a bad guy. So I appreciate that compliment. I broke up. Oh man. All right. I feel like it's a more to this story, Cloverfield. All right. And tell your son he has a great day. Oh, let's see what happened. Hold on. Hey Caleb. Hey Caleb. I know. Hey Caleb. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hey Caleb. 1 second, okay? Hey Caleb. Caleb. I'm trying. Hey, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Daddy, why are you asking me stuff? I said, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Daddy, can I have never mind. He ain't even. Somebody told me to tell you. Oh, wait. Saturo told me to tell you you have a great dad. Okay? I gotta ignore it. All right, I gotta ignore it for the TV. I tried to tell him. Maybe he don't believe me. Hey Caleb, do you have a great dad? Uh-oh. Hey Caleb. Hey Caleb, do you have a great dad? It's morning. Hey Caleb, do you have a great dad? Yeah, I have a great day. Not a great day. I said, do you have a great dad? We're going to have some pizza. Look, he talking about pizza. All right, never mind. All right, cool. Next one. It's funny, kind of ironic. This next one, children's well-being. Beyond academics, kids need emotional support, guidance, and safe spaces to grow into healthy adults. That kind of go back to what's the other guy that was in a Muddy? That kind of go back to what he was asking about being a great dad. Kids need emotional support, guidance, and safe spaces to grow up. I feel like that's one of the things also that people overlook and they don't talk about because I don't know. I mean, there's some people who just look at it as kids as like people that you should just ignore, who have no real feelings and how they think and stuff don't matter. But it's not the case. They like baby adults that don't know nothing yet. You know what I mean? So kind of is what it is. Next, community unity. Community unity. In a world where people are more connected online than locally, there is a hunger for a real neighborly support. I think that this one is a good one because we are very connected online. Look, for those of y'all that's here, look at us. We are connected online. Thank you, internet. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you exist. That's why we're able to talk and stuff like that, right? But people still want connection in person. I'm telling you, most people don't know, talk to, or interact with any of their neighbors whatsoever because everybody's afraid of everybody. Everybody's afraid to talk, have conversations, and all this other stuff. That's not me saying I know all of my neighbors, but I have talked to my neighbors and have gotten to know a few of them over the years. And occasionally, you know, when I get some extra snacks and stuff, I like to share stuff with my neighbors because I got too much stuff sometimes and I don't want to eat all that stuff. And I would like to share with them if it's possible. So, bam. Not perfect, but doing something. All right. Fairness and justice. Countless people wish others cared about injustices that don't personally affect them, like poverty and discrimination. Excuse me. I think that's true. Um, I think sometimes self-righteousness slips in sometimes when you see folks who look like they're less fortunate and you start thinking, oh, they could do this, oh, they should be able to do this and they should be fine. I have never been on a street like that, so I don't know how hard it is to get off the street if something like that was the case for me. So D, what's going on? How you doing today? How you doing today, D? How you doing today? Her to D. How you doing today? Anyway, how you doing today, D? Hopefully you're having a great day. If so, let me know down there in the comments. Scale of 1 to 10, how you doing today? And feel free to chime in. You know, I see you here, but if you decide to leave, it's no skin off my back. I'm just glad you came around and gave me a little bit of good time. So, Sims, what's going on? Cool. What we got? Yeah, everybody likes to be treated fairly, and I don't know. I think people care about justice to a degree. I think people have a concern for justice because I believe God put the desire for justice in the heart of every single person. Nobody wants to be backstabbed or done wrong or lied to or any of the things like that. So if that's you, if you just like people like me, you know what I mean, then you care about fairness and justice. I think that's a good thing. I think we should have more of that forever. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no, I read that. I read that Cloverfield when you said you broke up with him. You didn't tell me why, but you know, it's cool. I'm sure you'll get to that. So let's see. Food waste. Tons of food gets thrown away while millions go hungry. People wish this imbalance mattered more. Yeah, it's an interesting place and time living in a capitalist society. You know what I mean? I get it. You know, everybody wants to make a profit, needs to make a profit. You know, bills got to be paid, things got to be done, etc., etc. I just think it'd be nice at the end of the night if there was more opportunity to give food away and it wasn't a bunch of stigma around doing such, or I don't know. It's just like no matter what happens, there's always people that's willing to take advantage of situations that happen, whether it's kindness or lack thereof. There's always somebody who's looking to take advantage of people. And I just think until heaven, things are going to be imperfect. But I do hope that people get more what they need in life. You know what I mean? So there, I said it. That's my piece. Let's see. Clean water access. Something simple we take for granted is a daily struggle for millions worldwide. I've seen a few things about people trying to help build wells and stuff in places where they don't really have a lot of access to water. And I think we do really take that for granted, like for real. Like we got water here and we got like purifiers on our water here. So like we really privileged, right? But there's folks that like get water out of places or out of things that like we would almost never dare to drink out of because we really don't want dirty water. And I don't know, I feel bad for those people. I wish that, you know, there was more being done. I wish there was more that we could do. I wish that was more of a real world effort to kind of make stuff like that happen and available. And I'm glad that there's people that are doing it. And I appreciate all the people who contribute to make those type of things possible. So, you know, shout out to y'all contributors. You know what I mean? Maybe one day that'll be on my list of things to do, you know? That'd be cool. But excuse me. Another thing that is common amongst people that people don't really pay attention to is the future generations. Decisions today shape tomorrow's world, yet short-term thinking often wins out. You almost start winding up sounding like Michael Jackson talking about our children are our future, right? They are. They literally are. I'm sure that each and every one of you who aren't children right now, assuming that you're not a child, remember when you were a child and didn't really see yourself as the future generation that you are currently today. And yet here you are, being that future generation. And we just can't forget that. We can't forget that there are values and things of importance that we need to instill into children so that they can get it and they can learn better how to be prepared for the future so that they can do the same thing for their children and beyond. We have a responsibility and a duty to the next generation to give them insight, wisdom, guidance, understanding, and to be there when they don't have the resources available to them to be able to point them in the right direction. So let's stay on our toes, the P's and Q's, and make stuff like that happen. Okay, guys? Cool. And then it's gonna be our last topic. Well, last category. Probably got like 2 or 3 of these, but bear with me. Financial literacy. Money struggles weigh heavy, and more shared knowledge could help people escape cycles of debt. Well, I know for sure that there's a lack of financial literacy, and I know that there's lot of people who carry a lot of debt because that's just what statistics bear out. There's a lot of credit card debt that's out there in the world. I got some of it, you know what I mean? Not a lot of it, but enough of it, you know? And I know a little bit about money and still have some of that. And then there's people that know nothing about it. And they have some of it too. The thing is, I guess that it could happen to or come by anybody. Did I miss some people? I feel like Brandy, Amir, whatever, Sims, all these people I missed that I joined, but maybe not here now. Hey, my bad, y'all. I apologize, but I do appreciate you coming by. I think it was nice of you to do so. JJ, what's going on with you, JJ? How you feeling today? Feel free to chime in on some of this conversation here. Last one, we just talking about financial literacy and how people are struggling with money and debt. You know, I admitted that I got a little bit of it, you know, and hopefully I can get myself out of it in the next year or two. But we'll see. We'll see. I guess I'll come back with an update with that one. Public manners. This was the one that I was talking about earlier that I didn't touch on really. What was that? Willie San, is that Willie Santi? Willie, what's going on with you, Willie? Buenos. No, not morning. Not night. That's noches. Dang. Hola, you know what I mean? Hey, hello. What's going on? That's what we're gonna say. Triple JB. Hold on. Johnny, what's going on with you, Johnny boy? How you doing today, bro? What's happening with you, sir? I was looking at it. I was like Triple J. I'm like, is that Johnny boy right there? What's happening with you, man? Chilling, about to cook. Heard. What you cooking? I mean, you ain't gotta share, you know, maybe you're making a private meal, you know, I don't know, but you know. Feel free to share that, my guy. Tacos, heard. We had tacos last night and this morning because we had leftovers. So I hear that, bro. Who I got over here on YouTube? Heard. Enjoy them tacos, man. You know what I mean? Send me a taco or two if you got too many, you know what I mean? Who I got right there? But public manners was the one that had got me earlier when I was talking to, where it was saying that courtesy in traffic, customer service, and shared spaces is often neglected, but it makes daily life smoother. Courtesy in traffic, bro, like that one, that stuck out to me for that reason specifically, because like, bro, in traffic, like especially since I drive a lot for Lyft, like I feel like you get to see it all out there on the road. Like I see people run red lights. I see people almost run people up. Oh, bro, I actually saw somebody run somebody over. That just reminded me that I literally saw somebody hit somebody in the middle of the morning with their car, and they rolled across the street like it. I didn't even know it was a person. I thought it was like a plastic bag or something like that. Like that's how effortlessly the body rolled across the street, bouncing off the car. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this person was, you know, it was on the west side. So I don't know if this person was like a hype or something like that. You know, I don't know what it was, but like, bro, that was crazy. Like, as my one and only time, hopefully ever, seeing somebody get hit by a car. And like, it was so crazy. Like, I even like called the police and drove back past there to let them know that like, hey, somebody just got hit by a car. But and I had a passenger in the car. I was out driving for Lyft. And I had dropped her. I wanted to stop actually on the way there, but you know, you got somebody in the car and like they gotta go to work, stuff like that, which is you know, that ain't their responsibility. But I did drive back down the street just to make sure, and the police was already there. And this is like all in under 5 minutes. So, you know, shout out to the police and the ambulance that showed up that day, you know, quick, fast, and in a hurry. I don't know because it was busy. I don't know because people in the area, but like, hey, shout out to them, you know, again, just for showing up to the scene. I don't know if the person ever got caught. I hope they did, because that was bogus, bro. Like, how you hit somebody? Oh, and they drove off. Yeah. Yeah. After they hit him, they pulled over to the side of the road, and then like they drove off. A couple seconds, like 5 seconds later, you know, they just took off. And it was like a black, almost kind of like the size of like the police Explorer car, like one of them that supposed to be like, I guess, for ramming people. Like, they was supposed to be ramming people cars, not actual people. Anyway, but so courtesy in traffic, I just thought that was a good one, man, because like, I don't know, I feel like that's common that people experience people's road rage. And like, I feel like when people inside these cars, like, they feel so protected and so invulnerable to be able to say and do whatever the heck they want to, that they almost kind of forget that they're dealing with another person. And I don't know. I think that we need to just be a little bit more mindful of people that's out there on the road, and knowing that these are people with families and places to go, and everybody deserves a certain amount of respect and stuff like that. Customer service, yeah, customer service providers, they get disrespected all the time, man. And we should show them some grace. And we, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, you're just falling out. But yeah, we need to do them some service, man, and have some patience for them as well, because you know, these people get neglected, and just doing that to them make their life a little bit smoother. Oh snap! Wait a minute, was that Snapple? Snapple, what's going on, Snapple? Uh, Auntie Aggie, what's going on with you? Hopefully you're having a good day today. If so, let me know down there in the comments. But Snapple, how you doing, bro? Let me see real quick. I don't know, this thing's tweaking, but hopefully you're doing good, man. Hopefully you're doing good. I see you in there. I don't know if you're still here. I see you, homie. Hope you're having a good day. Let me know how you doing, Snapple. And the last one is gratitude. Things that people have in common that often go underlooked and not talked about is gratitude. Taking a moment to notice what's good, even small things, can shift attitudes, but it's often skipped over. I think that's also true with people. I mean, maybe it's just me, you know, maybe I'm the only critical guy that's out there that like critical of things sometimes, but like, it's also good to notice the good things that people do, big or small, because nobody else is really noticing them, right? Like, people just avoid. I think it's very easy to harp on negative things that people do. And it's very difficult to give praise, because I don't know, I guess we just didn't grow up a lot getting a whole bunch of praise from people and people giving a whole bunch of praise to us. So if you don't take nothing away from this, but this one thing is, just start trying to take a little bit of time and notice the good things that people around you do, and give them a little bit of kudos or a pat on the back or something, just to say you know, that's cool, or I like that, or whatever. You know what I mean? Uh, something good that I noticed. I'm still in here, bro. I can think of something good about you, Brussels. I like that you take your family out on adventures and hikes and stuff like that, sir. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty neat, pretty cool, and not a common thing that folks do, or maybe not also always have like the ability to do. Because we're in the city and not as rural of an area. But you know, that's something good that I noticed that I haven't shared with you. So just so proud of you for doing that. I walked 3 miles yesterday. Hey, Snap! I'm glad that you walked 3 miles. Gotta enjoy God's glorious. Yeah, you do, bro. You definitely do, man. I'm like, I gotta get more outdoorsy. We gotta get our schedule together to go do some outdoor stuff, man. It's usually indoors. It's a lot of congested air instead of some free oxygen from them trees. And Snapple, you walked 3 miles. Did you go any place specific, or was you just walking around the block till it said 3 miles, Snapple? But just the fact that you walked 3 miles, still, kudos to you, bro. I ain't walked 3 miles yesterday. I drove 3 miles, probably way more than 3 miles, but uh, I think it's good to get out and get walks, bro. Like, I was hearing something about like after a meal, it's good to go for a walk, or after eating something sweet, because like it better regulates your glucose levels in your body to do some type of exercise after. So that's that's a good time to go do it if you're gonna do it. I was just seeing where the road took me. Heard. Hey, well, hopefully it wasn't the middle of the road. You gotta look out for cars too. No, I just messing with you, but uh it's cool, man. Good to go out, wander, get some fresh air, see what's happening in life. Hopefully the sun's still up so you get some vitamin D and some other stuff that you get from the sun too, man. I forgot. I was watching some video about it. On this the podcast is called Diary of a CEO. I'm sure some of y'all have heard it or seen it or whatever. Yvonne, what's going on with you, Yvonne? Hopefully you're having a good day, Yvonne. If you want to, let me know, Yvonne. All right. But it was something on there about the sun, Diary of the CEO. If you get a chance, check it out, look it up. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify and all that stuff too, but it's pretty good. It's just saying that there's a lot more to the sun, the vitamin D. And the thing that really got me interested is because like they had this opener, it was talking about how patients that's closer to the window in hospitals typically leave the hospital sooner. One was one thing he said, and then two was this one boy who he had like some type of problem with his lung. They took out one of the lungs, then the infection spread to the other lung, and then it was basically like, hey, you're gonna die. Do you have any wishes, like a make-a-wish kind of thing? And instead of it says like whatever wish you want, we try to make it come true. And you took him outside, and something about being outside in the sun, because they told him he had 2 days left to live, roughly. And something about being outside in the sun changed something about his body, where his white blood counts started going down or getting better. And there was one other thing that happened. And like by day 2, like they started taking him off less and less oxygen. And then somewhere like down the road, like I think they showed a picture of him still alive in 2025 jumping into a lake on a vacation or something like that. So I don't know. I'm sharing that with you because that's worth looking into. If y'all take the time, look up Diary of a CEO. It's probably a recent podcast within the last week talking about the sun does more than something. So hopefully that information do you some justice. But yeah, no, that was today's topic, common things that people wish more people cared about was the question we was asking and the topics that we was discussing. And so, that's that. You know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get up out of here. Friday is gonna be Freestyle Friday. We'll be back here doing a little freestyling and working on some more songs. I think I'm at about 30 songs completed, 31 songs completed of the 52 songs for next year. Well, not completed, completely written. And so I probably got about, I don't know, somewhere about 10 more songs to completely write. And then I'm going to have about 15 songs that I want to try to get features on. So we making progress. When we get to 40, we'll be completely done writing. Hopefully that can be done by the end of the month. What's this? The 19th? That's like what? 12 more days. I'm sure I can get enough verses done. A lot of these songs already got one verse to them at least. So, fingers crossed, you know what I mean? Pray for me that, God gave me the words and the wisdom to be able to use and write in these songs. That's going to be something that's going to be beneficial to some folks. And then, we got to start seeing how much this costs and trying to do some crowdfunding and seeing if we can get some folks to support us, because making music ain't cheap. But I believe these songs are going to be pretty impactful to some people and may help encourage some folks in life and what they're going through. And then at the same time, bring glory to God and maybe bring somebody to God. So we'll see. But the journey continues. Let me check on this boy and get him off this TV because we've been on here a little too long. Yeah, James, be safe. Get fresh air when you can. Heard, bro. Might have to go steal some from outside real quick, man. Crack open the window right there behind me and get some fresh air up in here instead of this circulated AC air. But we'll do, bro. You stay up. Tell the family, what's up, and hopefully we see y'all sooner than later. You wanna say what's up, John?
No.
I knew you were gonna say no. I don't even know why I asked. Come here real quick. Come here, baby. And you're gonna take the controller with you. Heard. So what's up? What's up, John?
No, I don't.
You don't want to say what's up, John?
No.
Say have a good day.
Have a good day.
You want to say what's up, Johnny? Say have a good day. Heard. He said, what's up, little man? No. Everything no. Oh, you wanna watch the TV?
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Heard. All right, John. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Buenos nachos. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.